Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to the Murdoch the video here. As you can see, you could stake your Matic and earn up to 20% daily. Absolutely insane, right? So obviously we have a couple of different pools. You can go ahead and jump in. Looks like there is 6 in total, as well as they also have a pretty juicy referral system here, which is, to my knowledge, the most that I've seen. It's also important to note that since this is essentially a fork of Matic Staker has had a total of $13 million deposited into that smart contract, which is absolutely insane. I think that this is going to do pretty well as well, because they definitely have the first mover advantage in terms of, a new smart contract or a new type of contract on a given network, and that network is Avax, right? Or Avalanche. So as you can see here, the packages, they got an 8% package daily here, 14 days, 21 day, and 28 day. And then they also have the locked pools as well, 14, 21, and 28 day. I'm going to give you my rundown of my how I'm going to be jumping into each one of these pools and how I've been successful with these smart contracts so far. Because these things are freaking money printers. It's pretty crazy. So we're going to jump into their Medium article here. We are the first fork of Matic Staker on Avalanche. Like I said, first mover advantage is always huge there. A high yield investment program developed for the Avalanche community. Matic Staker has been successful in the past month, and the high returns are still continuing. But because of its increasing capital volume and higher APR, it is more and more difficult. Our team members are from the Matic Staker community. We think that Avax Staker is a fork that is just better. The key improvements that they are talking about here: they reserve 2% of the capital pool from the liquidity pool with SWTC. Half of the SWTC will be used for airdrops to the 28-day lockup plan participants. Pretty cool. And the other half will be used to reward the last investor. That will make the project last longer. This is very important. We have an increased APR of the 21-day plan and the 28-day plan to encourage longer-term investment. Again, this is huge, right? Because if you know how or understand how these smart contracts work, we'll go into that as well if you do not already understand that. The longer, or like incentivizing people to lock their funds up for those longer durations, is absolutely crucial into keeping these types of projects going long term. We reduced the APR daily growth rate. This will also make our project last longer. Again, going to the sustainability factor here. We have increased the invitation reward, which will bring more new users into the contract or the project. Again, this is something that obviously is appealing to me, but it should be appealing to you as well if you choose to participate in the referral bonus structure that they have set up. Obviously that is not something that you necessarily have to do to be able to take advantage of these massive APRs. So just that being said, they are rewarding people for helping grow that smart contract balance in terms of their referral bonus structure and how that's set up, right? This on-chain investment program is very secure. The contract has been verified to be 100% safe and it has been audited by Hayes Crypto. There was no method in the contract to withdraw the funds in the pool, so rest assured that even the developers are not able to rug. This is important to understand, and we of course will be going through the Hayes Crypto audit, of course. With these features included, the contract will be able to sustain itself for a very long time. This is the best time to put your AVAX into yield returns to gain a good ROI. I definitely agree with this statement here, because if you look at what Bitcoin has been doing over the last few days, obviously the geopolitical landscape of the world is kind of in turmoil right now because of the war that's going on. I'm not looking to speak too much on it personally here on the channel, but we all know what's going on. It's very sad, and of course that's going to impact the market, which it has been. And even in the last 48 hours, 72 hours or so, the the price of Bitcoin has dropped from about $44,000 down to between 38 and 39,000. which is obviously impacting everything else. And in these times of uncertainty in the market, like I've said in my other videos when we're talking about daily ROI projects like this, my goal is to accumulate as many of these layer ones, as many of these altcoins that I can. And that way, when the market rebounds, we're sitting pretty healthy in terms of our portfolio, and we're able to capitalize on that market push to the upside. This is a community-driven project. We encourage every member of the community to reinvest a small percentage of their gains to sustain the lifespan of the contract. Smart contract starts on the 6th of March, which is tomorrow, my time. Recording this video pretty late, but like I said, I will not be awake when this launches. There is a 10% withdrawal fee, which is reinvested into the contract to go ahead and sustain it. So just understand that before you go ahead and make the decision to jump into it. The basic interest rate only for new deposits is 0.03% every 24 hours. The total income based on your tariff plan ranges from 7% to 8% daily, plus the basic interest rate grows daily. That's how you eventually get to that 20%, right? The minimum deposit is 0.05 Avax. And at the time of recording this, the price of Avalanche right now, or Avax, is $76.28. So you could jump into this smart contract for $3.81. So less than $5 you can get into this and be able to start earning your up to 20% daily, right? Jumping back over to this post, 12% is imposed on every investment, and 2% will go to the liquidity pool for the SWTC. Earnings every moment, withdraw anytime. If you use capitalization of your interest, you can withdraw only after the end of your deposit investment plans. There, of course, is two types of tariff plans with different periods and percentages of profitability. Going into the first three, right? These 14, 21, 28-day plans. You're looking at 8% per day, 112% total in profit. 21-day plan, 7.5%, 157% profit in total over that 21-day period. And then, of course, they have the 28-day plan where you're earning 7% per day, a total of 196% over that 28-day period. Number one, the initial reward percentage increases every day by 0.3%. For example, on the savings plan, which is that first one, on day 20 of the project, the reward percent is already equal to 14% per day. That's how they get those APRs, because essentially it's compounding, right? Number two, the reward percent is fixed at the start of the plan. For example, on the 12th day of your plan, the reward percentage will remain the same till the end of the investment. And then they have their locked plans, and this is where things get insane. So you withdraw your profit at the end of the plan, and you use the capitalization of interest, compound interest here. You have your silver, gold, and platinum, 14-day, 21-day, and 28-day. And respectively, you have your 8% per day, 7.5% per day, and 7% a day. However, the reward percent increases every day by 0.3%, with the total of 197% for the 14-day, 365% for the 21-day, and 582% in 1 month on your Avax. This is absolutely insane, right? Number two, this plan type uses compound interest, right? Daily compounding interest to calculate the percentage of profit. Example, in 1 day, you'll get plus 8% of the amount for one Avax. So then the next day, you would be getting 8% on that 1.0 Avax. On the second day, you will already receive 8.3% on the total amount from the previous day. So essentially, you're earning 8% on that first day, then they're compounding that interest, and then you'll be earning an 8% per day on the previous day's amount plus that 8%, right? So it's that daily compounding interest effect. This is how you're getting this amazing 582% after that 28-day lockup period, right? You can use the inbuilt reward calculator to see up front your expected ROI by inputting the amount of investment in the specific plan box. The referral system as well, 6% from each level 1, which is higher than I've ever seen. Typically we see 5. They've bumped it up 1% here, 3% from level 2, and then 1% from level 3 referral deposits. You have to have at least one deposit to start receiving earnings, and you also need to use your referral link to record people that you refer. Right, and all you have to do here is if you go to the site, after you've made your first deposit, you'll have your link here, and you could be able to send that to people. If they use that link to sign up, that's how you do it. You receive 6% of that referral deposit there. Your reward is credited to a separate place in the smart contract and can be withdrawn at any time by simply pressing the withdrawal button. So once you've built up, the referral here, you can be able to withdraw by directly clicking this withdrawal button. And that wraps up the Medium article here. I also did want to cover the Hayes crypto audit. We're not going to spend too much time here because a lot of what we've already discussed is listed here, but I definitely want to point this out here. If you're not familiar with Hayes Crypto, they are a third-party smart contract auditing company. They, essentially scan or audit the code for any vulnerabilities, backdoors, and/or scam scripts. The conclusion that they found for Avax Staker was that there were no vulnerabilities, no backdoors, and no scam scripts. The code was tested with compatible compliers and simulated manually reviewed for all commonly known and specific vulnerabilities. However, it's important to note a couple of things here. And this is the standard one that we always see because it is an ROI smart contract considered to be high risk. And again, guys, all these daily ROI contracts that we talk about here on the channel, this is essentially like going to the casino. You're definitely gambling with your money. So make sure that you're only putting in what you're willing to lose. I myself do the same. Just because I'm putting money in it doesn't necessarily mean that you should. So definitely weigh your risks there. It's important to know that users' principal deposits cannot be withdrawn. Users can get dividend and referral commissions. Dividends are paid from deposits of new users, right? This is why they reward people for helping grow that smart contract to pay out to people that get into these projects early. So just keep that in mind. However, if we look at what Matic Staker did, and I think that this is going to do numbers similarly, like I said, that they've had $13 million deposited in that smart contract. So the likelihood of you being able to, get your payout is pretty high because they still have a lot of money tied up in that smart contract. So like I said, getting into these things is getting into them very early is very important. And of course, that's what we strive on here on the channel. I always make sure that I can bring you guys the content before anybody else. And to my knowledge, nobody's even heard about this smart contract yet or this protocol. So I think they only have a couple people in their Telegram. So this is very stealth launch that they're going to be doing. Like I said, but at the time of me recording this, 7 hours left. But when I launch this video, the contract will be live. So just keep that in mind. If you're watching this, the contract is already live. So definitely make sure that you take advantage of that if you choose to do so. Now, getting into my strategy with this, I will always take, and this is what I did with Matic Staker, right? I took however much I was willing to deposit. Let's just call it, say I have 100 Avax that I want to put into here, and that would be at the price or the time of recording this. Let's just say I have $7,500 or roughly 100 Avax. What I would do is on day one, I would come in here and I would put in, a percentage of that. Let's just call it 10. I'm putting in 10 into this 14 day. I'm putting in another 10 into this 14 day. And I'm putting in 10 here because look at the return here, right? I'm turning 10 AVAX into 56 AVAX in a month. And as we know, they're incentivizing people for locking their tokens up for those longer periods of time. I would probably already also put 10 here and 10 here, right? So that's 50 AVAX, and then in the next 2 weeks, once I get this first amount out, these first two, then or about in 5 days, I'm going to put in another one. So, once the ball starts to roll here, you can see how powerful this is. So essentially, over the next 5 days, I'm looking to have deposits in these 5 pools twice, right? So this is going to pay out as time progresses, and then I could choose whether or not I want to go ahead and reinvest. Obviously here in 14 days, we're earning just 1.2 more AVAX than we're putting in. However, this is the less risky option because it's not locked and it's only that 14-day period. Over here, we're earning 193% as opposed to 112%. So obviously it benefits you more to go ahead and lock up these tokens if you choose to do so. So that is my plan. That's how I usually typically run. This is what I did for Matic Staker. Performed extremely well for me. So that's what I'm going to look at implementing here on Avax Staker. I think that about wraps up the video for today, guys. Let me know what you guys think about Avax Staker. This is something that I'm pumped on. I know that it has first mover advantage on Avax. I think it's going to do extremely well. And I would likely see more dApps coming in the future days, weeks, months that are looking to implement a more smart contracts on the Avax ecosystem, which I'm excited for because I've had a lot of funds on Avalanche sitting in stables ready to go for projects like this. So pretty exciting stuff that I'm looking to take advantage of in terms of these daily ROI apps on Avax, as well as Matic and Binance Smart Chain and all of that stuff as well. Phantom, of course, we have Phantom 1 that has been performing extremely well for myself and for a lot of people. They got some. I'll drop some early alpha for you. They've got some stuff coming that we're going to be talking about here in the channel. It's going to be in regards to NFTs, so just stay tuned for that stuff. That is some super alpha, and you are welcome for that. But that about wraps up today's video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about Avax Staker down below in the comments section of this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you could, while you're down there, smash the like button to go ahead and help the YouTube algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.